Can I share with you the 5 legitimate business reasons why every single person you talk to should listen to what you have to say? No one's teaching you this anywhere in the profession. Memorize this stuff. Have you ever had someone in your network marketing business say, I'm not interested, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, it's not for me, and they haven't even seen what you're up to yet? They haven't watched a video, they haven't met the person, they don't even know what it is, they don't even know what the company is, the product, they have no idea how much it costs. They're just like, dude, I'm not interested. And you're like, not interested in what? Have you ever had that happen? Isn't that the worst? Do you want to be able to help never have that happen again? Now, these are not manipulation, this is not crazy sales tactics, these are 5 legitimate business reasons why they should hear you out. They should at least hear what you're up to, at least hear what you're working on. If they're interested, that's great. If they're not, that's fine, but at least they know what's going on. They're not just shooting you down out of hand. It's like, at least you get a chance to get up to bat. Maybe you'll hit a home run, maybe you'll get struck out, who knows, but at least you're up to bat. Are you with me? I learned these from a mentor of mine. I was struggling in my network marketing business. I was grinding. So my first business had failed. I was below zero financially. I remember my mentor was in town. I was about 26, 27 years old. He was in his 60s. He was a bazillionaire. He was doing super successful. And he said to me that night, he goes, would you like to meet in the morning before I fly out at the hotel? And I was like, yes, sir. I got this personal time with my mentor. This guy was one of the top network marketers anywhere on the planet. So I go there, have my notebook out. I'm dressed as sharp as I could be. And I show up in his little lobby of this hotel, and we sit down, he has his coffee. He goes, how are you doing at getting appointments? I said, I'm doing good. I was trying to be positive. I'm like, I'm doing pretty good. He goes, how are you really doing? I'm like, not so good, And he goes, would you like to hear the 5 legitimate business reasons why every single person should hear what you have to say? I was like, yes, sir. And the first thing he said is this. He goes, there's no power in paraphrasing. He said, I want you to memorize these. So I wrote them down, and I'm going to share with you the 5 legitimate business reasons. Now, before I get into that, let me share this. Why reasons? First thing you need to know is this. Everything we do because we have reasons. So reasons matter. Like you get married because of reasons, you get divorced because of reasons. You start the diet because of reasons, you eat too much ice cream at 11:30 at night because of all your reasons, right? Everything we do because we have reasons. So what I want to do is I want to give you legitimate business reasons that you can stack one reason on top of the other to where, man, you've given them enough reasons. We're like, listen, I'll hear about what you have to say because you've given them enough legitimate reasons of why to do it. So that's the first thing. Second thing is this. I want to share with you what I call relieve the pressure. Relieving the pressure is basically I say, listen, this may be for you, it may not be. Or this might be the right thing for you, it may not be the right thing for you. Either way is fine with me. So in other words, what you're doing is you're making it okay for someone to say no on the back end. On the back end means they've watched the video, they've met the person, they've seen the presentation. It's okay to say no. I just want you to be informed and educated. Remember, your job is only 2 things, information and education. The more informed and the more educated someone is, the more empowered they are to make good decisions. So your job's simple. It's not to convince or talk to them into something. Your job is just to inform them, educate them. More informed, more educated, the more empowered they are, right? So you simply say this. If this works for you, great. If this is for you, great. If you're interested, great. If not, that's totally fine with me. So you make it okay for them to say no on the back end so that they'll say yes on the front end. What is the front end? The front end is like to watch the video, to meet the person, to come to the event, to hear what you're up to hear a presentation, to review the information. That's the front end. If you don't make it okay to say no in the back, because no one wants to say no to you, no one wants to go through all the information and then make you feel bad, So you're just like, Leo, I'm good either way. And by the way, what's really interesting is the more good you become, the more emotionally detached you become from the outcome on the back end, the more power you'll have to get yeses on the front. Okay? All right. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to stack reasons. Second thing you're going to make it okay for them to say no by relieving the pressure. And then you're also, one other quick great way is, let me ask you this, permission-based marketing. Let me ask you this, great way to lead into your question. Let me ask you this question. You guys see that? Super smooth. So let me walk you through how I would do it. And then I'll share with you the 5 legitimate business reasons why every single person should hear you. All right, number 1. The first legitimate business reason is because it always makes sense for good people to meet. It always makes sense for good people to meet. So let's say you're trying to introduce them to a partner of yours or an upline of yours or someone you're working with, or bring them to an event, bring them to a presentation, and they're gonna, a 3-way chat, whatever it is, you're gonna introduce them to someone else. So let's use John as my example. Say, hey John, listen, This may be for you and it may not be, and either way is totally fine with me. You know, John just got done telling you I'm not interested. See, listen, you may not be, that's totally cool. I just believe that it always makes sense for good people to meet. So let me introduce you to so-and-so, because I think that you'll get a lot of value from meeting them. Do you guys see that? Now, so John said, I'm not interested. Cool, you may not be, but remember, he doesn't even know what you're doing yet. I just believe it always makes sense for good people to meet. I tell people, there's enough negative, nasty people in the world. It's nice when a couple of the good ones get together. So let me introduce you to John, just so you have a chance to meet him. Another great line I say in there is, you know, John told me that, you know, my upline said, anyone that's accomplished what you've accomplished, they'd love to have a chance to meet. And I just believe it always makes sense for good people to meet. Always makes sense for good people to meet is a really great line. Okay, number 2. It's what I call all good business is referral business. So write this in your notes. All good business is referral business. What does this mean? John says to me, listen, I'm just, you know, I don't have enough money. You know, I'm just not for me. So John, totally understand. You know, I understand the budgetary constraints that you're in. Let me say this. I believe that all good business is referral business, and I'd love for you to be able to at least see what I'm up to, at least watch the video, because even if it's not the right thing for you, it may be the right thing for someone you know. And so I would appreciate the referral, because I just believe all good business is a referral business. I would at least want you to know what I'm up to. Would you be willing to watch the video? You guys see that? Super smooth, right into all good business, referral business. Listen, if you're in restaurants, what's the biggest compliment you can get? A referral. Mortgages, biggest compliment you can get, referral. Biggest compliment you can get in business is referral. Real estate agent, you give them a referral, they're like, dang, thanks so much. Same in our business. Listen, you're a highly paid professional, like you're a professional network marketer. If someone's giving you referrals, like, well, it's not for me, but man, you should talk to so-and-so. I believe all good business is referral business. Okay, number 3, life timing. So life timing is this, you know, Sally says to you, listen, I'm just not that interested, or I don't have the time. You say, Sally, I know how busy you are, and I totally appreciate that this may be the wrong time in your life. Now here's how you'll introduce this. Say, Sally, I just believe that, you know, I know how important life timing is, and so if right now is the wrong time for you, that's totally okay. But I want you to at least see what I'm up to. Just take the 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 18 minutes, 20 minutes, watch the presentation. I just want you to see what I'm up to. Because if your situation changes, I want to be the first phone call you make. So, you know, maybe 3 months, 6 months, a year from now, your situation, if it were to ever change, I want to be the first phone call you make. That's how life timing works. Here's what I want to share with you about life timing. Imagine a clock. You know, you have the big hand, small hand. Like you're looking for the right person at the right time. It's what a person at what I call high noon, right person, right time. So they're at 3 o'clock, you can't go in there and squish it at the right time. Sometimes the best people I've ever recruited took me years to recruit. Why? It just wasn't the right time. So right person, right time. If your situation ever changes, I want to be the first phone call you make. Okay, next one is this, crystal clear in what you're saying no to. Crystal clear in what you're saying no to. So someone says, you know, I'm just not that interested, or, you know, I'm gonna go do something else. I say, listen, totally understand. If it's not for you, that's totally fine. Let me say this. I just want you to be crystal clear in what you're saying no to. If you're interested, great. If you're not, that's fine. I just would love for you to review the information so you're at least crystal clear on what you're saying no to. I had a woman that I was recruiting her. She was looking at me and another company. She calls me one day, she's like, I think I'm gonna go with this other company. I was like, oh dude, no, I'm not losing, you know? And she hadn't really even looked at my stuff. She hadn't really looked at my team and what we're doing and the systems and all that. She hadn't looked at any of that yet. So I said to her, if you wanna go with that other company, that's totally fine. I'll support you 100%. Anything I can do to help you, I'm all in. Let me say this though. I just want you to be crystal clear on what you're saying no to with what we're doing. That woman went on to build $1 million business, you know, with me, right? So that's a great line, crystal clear on what you're saying no to. And the last one, number 5, is knowledge is never a disadvantage. So check this out. The way I say it is this. Someone says, look, I'm not interested. I'm like, yo, it's totally fine. I understand that you're not that interested. Let me say this though. I just believe that knowledge, the way I say it is this, knowledge and good information is never a disadvantage. And so what I'd love to do is at least have you review the video, or at least have you meet the person, or at least have you review the presentation. If it's for you, great. If not, totally cool. But I just, like I said, I believe that knowledge and good information is never a disadvantage. At least you'll know what I'm up to. Okay, now check this out. Did you like those? Oh my gosh, guys, I'm telling you, memorize those, dude, where they just roll off your tongue. Like right now, I have no script, dude. This is just coming from the soul. I'm no kidding. I stood in my mirror. My mentor told me this. I stood in my mirror and I just practiced these. Now here's what's interesting. Have you ever had it happen where someone teaches you the network marketing scripts? They're like, how much money do you make? You're like, you wouldn't believe it if I told you. And you're like, oh, who teaches people this goofy crap in network marketing, right? I don't teach that stuff, you know? So here's the thing, is someone says, let's like you read your script. Hi, do you keep your income options open? Which, by the way, I would never say this to someone either, but you say it. And they go, no, I'm good, bro. And you're like, because they were supposed to say, yes, I do. Why? What's up? You like, in other words, they didn't follow the script. Have you ever had that happen? I remember when I was first in networking, I'm like, so what do you say when real life happens and they don't listen to you anymore, you know? So here's what I do. You can use the 5 legitimate business reasons to stack the reasons. So someone's like, I just don't have enough time and I don't think it's right for me. I said, listen, I know how busy you are. I totally appreciate you being so candid with me and open up about where you're at. Let me say this. I just believe that knowledge and good information is never a disadvantage. So I'd at least love for you to share with you what I'm up to have you watch the presentation. And here's the thing, is even if this isn't the right thing for you, it may be the right thing for someone that you know. And I believe that all good business is referral business. And candidly, I'd appreciate the referral. Plus, if your situation ever changes, maybe 6 months or 9 months from now or a year from now, your situation changes, I want to be the first phone call that you make. And I can't wait for you to meet so-and-so, because I just believe that it always makes sense for good people to meet. At the end of the day, I just want you to be crystal clear with what you're saying no to. If it's for you, great. If not, that's fine. Did you guys see that? They're just like, boom. They're just like, okay, dude, all right, I'll watch your video. I mean, come on, I'll meet the person. I'll go to the presentation. Why? Because you stacked legitimate business reasons. You made it okay for them to say no, and you're competent. Like, you're not just like standing there like a deer in the headlights. You got some skill. Anyway, if you guys got some value, what I'd like to do is this. In the description of this video, I've done a bunch of other free trainings. I am passionate about helping you to break through, my friend. Go to the next level in your life, next level in your career. There's no reason for you to keep grinding. Like, you got to learn some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So click the link below. Also share this with your key people. Share this with your teams. Share this in your chats. Share this in your groups. Share this with your people, because there's no reasons for them to keep getting shot down before they even have a chance to get up. Appreciate you guys, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside.